Eyes for Allah, nothing but Allah. Ba is the beginning of Bismillah. Ta is for taqwa, bewaring of Allah. And Tha is for thawab, a reward. Ja is for Jannah, the garden of paradise. Ha is for Hajj, the blessed pilgrimage. Kha is for Khatem, the seal of the prophethood given to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Da is for Deen, Al-Islam, religion with Allah since time began. That is for dhikr, remembering Allah, and rise for the month of Ramadan.
A'udzubillahi minash-shaytanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Summa salatu wassalamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa ashabihi wa sallam taslima. We welcome you to this week's episode of the most informative and authoritative responsive television program on Zakat matters. Indeed, Allah will not change the condition of a people until they change what is in their mind.
As the first month of the year 1443 age cruises to an end, now is an opportunity for us to reflect on all we've done since the beginning of this year, and also set our goals by renewing our intentions to contribute to the development of our immediate community by providing for those who are in their need. These are what we propagate on this program, week in, week out. Please stay tuned as we take you on this path to paradise. My name is Misbauddin Ismail.
And I am Maruf Ahmad.
We'll be right back with the lecture segment. Stay tuned.
Began, that is for dhikr, remembering Allah.
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. We say once again, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We want to mention some things, some characteristics and features of the poor, the needy, and probably the next among the 8 recipients of Zakat. The poor, the needy, then the worker, up to the wayfarers. But according to them, they say that al-fuqara wal masakin, the poor and the needy, they are actually the first in the category, and all others follow them. He said they are interested, they are orderly mentioned, that the first one is much more in need than the next one. The third one is much more in need than the fourth one. Ditto for the 7th and 8th. But according to them, Imam Safi, like we mentioned, he said that when all of them are available, they are all in need, then we consider them together. Though we weigh the need before allotting the percentage or the percentages. Another submission of Imam Safi is that if the zakat worker is the payer, is at the same time the payer of that zakat, he says, then we consider only 7, the remaining 7. That zakat worker must be excluded. That is why in Kana, mufarriku zakah huwa al-malik fasarfu li-sab'a duna al-amil. That when the zakat payer is equally the person who happens to be the zakat worker and is in charge of distribution, then he, the payer, is rich already, so he doesn't need to benefit. So he should be a voluntary worker, and there comes in the idea of voluntary worker and the paid worker in the institution of zakat. So if we mention that in Zakat and Sadaqah Foundation we are having about 200 workers, about 250 workers, only those that are in office or in our offices at zona and district levels, they are not more than 9 that are actually earning from zakat. So in most cases, whatever we collect, we distribute fisabilillah. These are the 3 ways we can help them out from their problem. Inshallah, we will stop here today. We pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us eradicate poverty in our society through the generosity of the rich ones and the righteous zakat workers. Pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept it as an act of ibadah from both of us and grant us blissful abode in the day of judgment. I say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Began, that is for dhikr, remembering Allah.
Welcome back, and thanks for still staying with us. A few weeks ago, we started the campaign on the support for education, and we brought to you what Zakat and Sadaqat Foundation have done to support the orphans.
Do you know that according to UNICEF, Nigeria has more than 10 million out of school children, and from local findings, a large number of them are orphans.
Did you also know that 1 in every 5 of the world's out of school children is in Nigeria? Do you know? We had our second studio session with Prince Suleiman Olagunju, the Executive Director, Zakat and Sadaqat Foundation, who further the discourse on the need to support orphans, especially as we prepare to go back to school in a few weeks' time. This discourse is in our next segment. Please watch.
Began, that is for dhikr, remembering Allah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. You are welcome to join us on this segment of the show. Once again, I have the pleasure of having in the studio the Executive Director of Zakat and Sadaqat Foundation, Prince Suleiman Olagunju. We did promise to bring you back to the studio when the needs arise. You are most welcome, sir, Prince Suleiman Olagunju.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Straight to the point, sir. Why is there emphasis on empowering, uplifting the status of the orphans, especially in Nigeria, and at this time?
We thank Allah that has given us the opportunity of serving the orphans and the needy in our society. The truth is, if you look at what is happening in the country today, we ought to have been doing this since. Most people are concerned about their own children. When we were growing up, what we know is all the children belong to all the parents. But we are now in the state where I only take care of my children. Then what happens to those children whose parents are no more? What's going to happen to them? You leave them in the society while other people are going to school, roaming about the streets. What will happen? At the end of the day, they are going to be the problem for the trained children. And that is why we lay so much emphasis on this. The problem we are battling with in this country today will be solved effectively if we have all our children enrolled in school at the appropriate time. And when it's appropriate time to start looking for a job or getting a job, many of them will be able to get reasonable jobs to work with. So we will not have problem in society.
That's fantastic. Statistics also in our environment, according to UNICEF, there are about 12 million out of school children, and out of these children, majority of them are orphans and vulnerable children. What are you doing, and why is this so?
Well, the truth is, you just need to walk out from your streets if you are living within the people. And when it is school time, you will see so many children in the streets. Some are hawking, some might be even be playing. Some might just be wandering around. So So the statistics is perfectly okay. And what we need to do and what we are doing is, to the best of our ability, we want to make sure all these children are returned back to school. All of them, as much as possible, we want to get them busy that will be of benefit to them by the time they are adults. Because if you don't train them now, the truth is we will continue to wallow in these challenges that we are battling with. You need to go to the northern states. You need to walk around and see how many children are already begging. They are already become beggar. Just walk around the street of Lagos. You will see small children begging.
Okay.
Begging. Knocking is another one that's even fear. Begging. Early in the morning, as early as 8 a.m. when we are going to the office. In the traffic, even on Third Mainland, during that traffic, you
When
will
their
see,
mates are in school.
I'm telling you, around 8, 9 a.m., you see small children on Third Mainland, on Kata Bridge over there. If everywhere you see them begging. Begging. So what's our future? So the only way out for us is, let's put our hearts together, let's contribute something, and let's make sure all these children are in school. Their need is even not much. Their need is not much. Most of the children that we have enrolled back in the school, how much is the school fees? Some of them 20,000, some of them 30,000. Why many of us that are working in offices, we send our children to 1 million naira per term school, some 500, some 250. These children don't need more than 20,000, 10,000, and they are all engaged. And once they are back to school and we are giving them food, we will get out of this problem.
The dream is laudable, but I have that challenge that the responsibility is huge and it's scary. What gives you that confidence that you can tackle it headlong?
I have strong belief in Nigerians. That's the truth. I have strong belief in this country. When our people get convinced of an idea, they will put in all their best. But when they are not convinced about the idea, you won't see them doing anything. And that's why we need to bring their attention back to these important things. Many of us now that are in our various places, I passed through free education. Where is free education in Nigeria again? There is no place to get it. At the lower level, government are doing their best, but how many children can the government enroll in their schools? The truth is, the number of private schools in Nigeria is more than the number of public schools that we have. And even when you go to most of these public schools, you see the number of children in classes numbering 100, 150. What would the teacher do in a single class? So, and that's why the private schools are also supporting the government. On our own part too, we are also supporting the government, providing means for these children that do not have the opportunity.
Okay,
of their
like you
parents.
said from your answer now, that people, when they see something rolling, they want to join the winning team. And when they see that this thing are done the way it should be done, they want to be part of it. So the people want to know, so far, how many children have Zakat and Sadaqah Foundation touched their lives?
Well, every year we support thousands of children. That's the truth. We support thousands of children across the 21 states that we are presently covering. And we hope to cover more. But it's a function of how much we are able to mobilize. The truth is, many people are donating. Even we have people who are giving us 1,000 naira. Some are giving 2,000 naira. Some are giving 500 naira. All this money put together, it is the amount of money that we have that determines how many of these orphans that are going to be supported at any point in time.
Okay. Do you have a special package for categories, or you have a general blanket package?
We don't usually have general blankets. We look at the need of the orphans. In some cases, some just need the school fees. In other cases, you have people who just need buy them school items like textbooks, bib note, biro, have category. Some just provide them with uniform, shoes, socks, and so on and so forth. So depending on the need. Some will need feeding. The parents are not there, they cannot provide feeding for them. So in that case, and in some cases who have many of these combined together. So we don't have a specific package to say this is the package, except those who are in tertiary institutions.
Okay.
We have many orphans who do not have parents who are in tertiary institutions. These people, what we do is to pay their school fees. We pay their school fees and we encourage them to do very well. If they produce very good results, they will continue to enjoy the facilities. But if they failed, we stop that facilities. We expect them to do very well so that they can continue to enjoy the scholarship. So this is the way we organize our packages for the orphans and the needy in the society.
I know that will be a tall dream also. Where you have started is still okay, and we pray Almighty Allah to continue supporting you because it's a great task. You have a strategy to encourage people well-to-do in the society to create window to adopt some of these brilliant children and give them a home.
In our own approach, we do not support people adopting these children. What we have been doing is to encourage their mothers to cater for their own children. And that's why we do a lot of empowerment for widows.
Okay.
During the last International Widows Day, we disbursed nothing less than 12 million naira to women, to widows, so that they can take care of themselves and their children. So we don't really encourage people taking somebody else's child and say, no. We encourage the family. We are encouraging the family to take care and take care of their issues together. So we can encourage the brother of the deceased father to take care of the child. We can encourage the junior sister, somebody close to this family. Yeah, close to this family. We don't want it to just go out. Why we don't have any objection to those who are adopting it, but we want these children to be closer to their family, so that by the time they grow up too, they will also be within the family.
In other way, we want to encourage the identity.
Exactly.
The children to maintain their identity.
Exactly.
It gives them pride and honor.
Exactly.
Which is
that's
very,
much better from our own perspective.
Which is very good. Some people want to. Why do I have to support an orphan? Why orphan? Is there any special benefit for taking care of orphan?
You have a lot of benefits supporting orphans. As a matter of fact, if you support somebody, that person will naturally become your friend. If you are supporting most of those who are roaming about the street, if you have supported them, they would have become our friends. We wouldn't have had people running after our lives. But when we left there, we did not attend to them. And they look right and left. They couldn't see means of surviving. The only thing is, my right in your pocket, I want it. Because the whole idea about life is we have to socialize. If you have the whole of this money and you are the only person, you won't enjoy the money. You need people to surround you. You need people to surround you so that you can enjoy the money. So that's why we say, okay, it's important for us to support the orphans. It's important, very, very important, so that we can create that softened mind for them. They can say, okay, even if my dad is not alive, I can see a father figure. I can see somebody that this looks like my father. So that's exactly what we are promoting. That's what we want, so that we won't have anybody outside, any children outside there without somebody caring for them.
And definitely the reward in this life and the hereafter.
I mean, the Prophet ﷺ told us that if you take care of an orphan, just an orphan, you take care of an orphan, and that orphan gets matured. And if it is a woman, if it's a lady and gets married, he said you and him will enter the paradise side by side
with
together.
the prophet. Allahu Akbar.
As Muslims,
Just
these
one
are-
orphan.
These are the kind of thing that we're supposed
do.
to promote.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. When we are with you, we always become Oliver Twist. We want to eat more. I will still roll on by saying, is it encouraged for Muslims to visit orphanages, homes of the less privileged and physically challenged, and how often should we do
It
this?
is very, very important. When we visit the orphans, we will know what they are actually passing through. That's number one. The physically challenged people too, we need to visit them. This also helps us to thank Allah, have that softened heart that is thanking Allah, and it will make us to know that we have responsibility towards this set of people. So, and that's why it's encouraged. Visiting hospitals, visiting graves, all these are encouraged to remind us that come. We are nothing. It's just an opportunity that we are still alive. So let me quickly do what can impact positively in the life of others, my fellow human beings. So that's why it's encouraged that we visit all these places. And you see, we encourage people taking care of the orphans in their surroundings. When you do, these orphans or these young children will see you as a kind father. They will have learned so much from you that when we also grow up,
You know that
we
they
will
should
do
do
something
such
like
to
this.
others.
So
Thank you so much. So people want to ask that this package is being a faith-based foundation.
yes.
Is it only open to Muslims alone?
Well, you know how most of our packages are general in nature. Because, and the issue of orphans is not even whether the person is the same in the same religion or the same belief with you. It should be such that that person is a human being. Is a human being and he deserves
Leave.
right education at the appropriate time. And that's why we cannot say, I only want to train these particular children, I don't want to train this. All of them. All the children must be trained.
And can non-Muslim donate to your foundation?
Why not? We have gotten so many non-Muslims supporting the foundation. So people come openly to come and tell us that we love what you are doing and this is my own contribution. So and all of us can, all of us supposed to do it. All of us.
Alhamdulillah, viewers, we have heard from the horse's mouth. Very, very encouraging and inspiring and inspirational. We hope to copy and follow suit. Before we go, we want you to have one or two words for those who are presently supporting the foundation and donating to the foundation.
Well, we keep on expressing our appreciation to you. And I'm very sure if you have been supporting the widows, the orphans, the needy society, you will have been getting your reward back. Because Allah has said there is no reward for those that are doing good except good. Except good.
Al-Jazaa
Al-Jazaa wal-Ihsan illa al-Ihsan. So we thank you and we use the same opportunity to call on those who are yet to be supporting this idea. It is if you do it, you are only supporting yourself. You are only supporting yourself. So we encourage everybody to come on board. If all of us come on board now, I can bet you many of the challenges we are facing in the country will fly away. Because we will not get children that will not have a father figure, so to say. So that's the whole idea. So these children will learn from you. That's why we have said we are promoting family, member of the family to take care of their own children. And what do they need? Just little support. 10,000 naira, 20,000 naira, 5,000, even 1,000 naira will go a long way to make sure that this problem is adequately taken care of.
On a parting shot, do you have any other message for our people at home?
Yes, I do, because it's not only about orphan. Our foundation is not all about orphan. Our foundation is all about the needy, the poor, and the physically challenged, all those who deserve support. So we take care of virtually everybody. And that's why our appeal. You can look at most of our area of support and pick any of the one that's of interest to you. You can decide to pick an orphan and support them. You can decide to go for widow and support a widow. You can decide to sponsor an handicapped person. It go a long way. You can decide to empower indigents. It go a long way. You can decide to sink a borehole in the community where they lack water. It will go a long way. You can decide to support our educational institutions. It will go a long way. So all these are various ways by which we can support ourselves.
Thank
So
you very much.
I sincerely welcome all of us. Let's do it together.
Thank you very much.
We will see the impact as quickly as possible.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. We cannot thank you enough
Thank you so much.
for coming.
Thank you so much.
And we are happy, despite your tight schedule, you are able to make up time, to make our time to come to us and still discuss with us about what you do. And you've had it all. On a lighter mood, you can still take a widow and take her home and marry her. You still go a long way. I've been my ED.
No, there's nothing wrong about that. No, it's one of the best things you can
do.
I'm looking for a woman to marry. You can choose to marry a widow. You can choose to marry a divorcee. Your reward will be more than somebody who just marry
A young girl.
a young girl. Honestly speaking.
I hope the young girl out there will not feel jealous.
No.
Alhamdulillah. And like he promised, anytime again,
Inshallah.
we'll see find time to bring you up to discuss some other tropical issues in the studio. We thank you for coming. May Almighty Allah reward you abundantly. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you.
Assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you, viewers. We're happy. We know you have enjoyed this segment. Until we come your way again with another exciting and interesting episode topic for discussion. I'm just sincerely Maruf Ahmad Azewa Ila Likoi. Wassalam.
Began, that is for dhikr, remembering Allah.
Thanks for joining us for this week's episode of the most authoritative TV program on Zakat related matters. We always emphasize for you to know that at Zakat and Sadaqah Foundation, we do not discriminate nor show prejudice on religion or ethnicity to our beneficiaries.
And as we wrap up today's episode, please note that your donations will go a long way to give hope to people, as well as all those who are in need, to put smiles on their faces, as well as families who are in need, to assist them. So donate as little as you can to Zakat and Sadaqat Foundation. And also, please don't forget to visit our website on www.zakatandsadaqat.org.ng, as well as join us on our various social media platforms for more information on what we do.
And we say,
Ma'assalam.
Ma'assalam.
Began, that is for dhikr, remembering Allah.